Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing my high-end favorites from the summer. I should have already posted my affordable favorites by now. And if you guys are new, I do quarterly favorites instead of monthly favorites just so that I can have a really well-rounded opinion on the products and I really get a chance to try and test things so I can give you guys good recommendations. So today we're doing high-end, and yeah, without further ado, if you would like to see what my high-end favorites were and hate-its from the summertime, then keep on watching. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is this Born to Run makeup palette from Urban Decay, eyeshadow palette from Urban Decay. I reviewed this back in July, I believe. And I just love this palette for many reasons. Is it the best eyeshadow formula I've ever used? No. Let's just get that out of the way. It's a good formula, but it's not like a great formula. You know what I mean? But it's not like, holy shit balls, this is the best eyeshadow I've ever used. That said, I love this palette for many reasons. First off, the packaging is so sleek. It's easy to pack. The point of this palette is to be a travel palette, like the perfect travel palette. It has a magnetic closure, it has a ginormous mirror, and the shade selection is perfection. I mean, first of all, look at how many shades that they put in this palette. 21 shades. The color selection is so perfect. Like, you can do a pink look, you can do purples, you can do greens, you can do blue, you can do bronzy. I mean, there's just so much you can do. You have day looks, you have night looks. There's just a lot of options in this palette, which makes it the perfect palette for travel. That is what I have on my eyes right now. I don't have any falsies on, but I did use this palette to create this look. I used this palette all summer long. I didn't stop getting inspired, you know? Like, every time I look at this palette, I'm like, what can I create today? Because there's so many options. I prefer a palette like this than a themed color palette that's like all purples or all pinks, you know? Because then I get more options. And if I'm only gonna buy one palette, like, why would I not want this? Because of the variety, you know what I mean? So I really just loved this palette. I think it's worth it. If you travel a lot, it's definitely worth it to have on hand. And as you can see, it makes beautiful eye looks, you know? It's not Natasha Denona beautiful eyeshadows that blow your fucking mind. It's not going to be like Pat McGrath. But they are good shadows, and I love this look. So that's my opinion on it. Right, the next thing I want to talk about is the Too Faced Born This Way concealer. I got this midsummer. I didn't think I was going to like it that much, but I loved it. It was so good. Once I got it, I just used it nonstop until about a week ago when I started trying a couple of concealers to test for you guys. But for the most part, for like 2 straight months, I used this and I love it. It is much more hydrating than Shape Tape. You get similar coverage. Shape Tape still has a bit more, but this gives you quite a bit of coverage without the dryingness, because for me, I found that Shape Tape, like up around my eyes, was starting to kind of like dry and crease a little bit, and I don't want that. So I really stopped using it. And the other thing with Shape Tape is I feel like it's more of like a cooler month thing. Like, I want to use a heavier concealer maybe in the winter. In the summer, I want something a little bit lighter and more hydrating, and this was that. This was great. And this is a multi-use sculpting concealer, so you can use the darker shades for contour. I don't have a darker shade, but this one, I really loved it. I would buy this again. I love it. Next up, I quickly want to talk about this highlight. This is from Becca. It is, I think, a limited edition. It's called the Royal Glow. It's just a regular shimmering skin perfector, just like all the rest of theirs. But I like this one in particular because this shade, it's kind of like a rose gold, like a real rose gold. And I liked it because in the summertime, you know, you have a little bit more of a tan. And if you want a glow, like I have it on right now, if you want something that's a little bit closer to your skin tone, rather than like a true gold or like a champagne. You want something that's almost a little skin-like. Like I went heavy-handed on it, but you can just dust it on lightly and it just looks kind of like your skin is, you know, glowing. That's why I liked this one. And I used it all summer long. This is really good. And you know, you can't go wrong with Becca highlights. Becca highlights are some of the best. Another product that I raved about all summer is this mascara from Maui Beauty. I did an entire video dedicated to this collection. This is the Mallywood collection. This packaging is just so gorge. It's pink with gold glitter. This is the Smoky Mama mascara, and this mascara is everything. The wand is like really skinny, so I didn't think I was gonna love it as much as I did, but I just want to put it on right now. I think I'm almost out of it, and I'm gonna be so sad. Like, it gets under there and it just really lifts. Oh God, it's so good. I don't know, I just think it's so beautiful. You can use it on your lower lashes. It doesn't transfer, and it just really gives that faux lash look, you know what I mean? Like, it'll make your lashes look as falsy as they possibly can be for whatever your lash situation is. So I really love this mascara. I can't say enough good things about this whole collection. Is just awesome. I mean, I could put the whole collection in my favorites, but I already did a video, so you guys can go check that out. But this in particular, I used almost every single day. So I think it's almost gone, and that makes me sad. Next up, this was a hard thing for me to categorize because this is an indie brand, but these are kind of high-end prices, so that's why I put them in this video. But these are the Bodyography eye pigments. They're glitter pigments. And these things, you guys, ugh, they like rocked my freaking world this summer. I have an entire video on the indie brands, and these are featured in it. And I showed you how I use them and all that. But like, these things are just out of this world. They are just gorgeous. I love them so much. When you want a pop of like glow on your eyes, it's not what I have on right now. I have the ColourPop Jelly Much, which I just started using. This is the shade We Jammin'. I just started using this, so I'm not having it in this video yet, but these give a very similar effect. They're just, you could probably see them from space. They're so gorgeous. They do have some glitter in them, but it's not like chunky glitter, you know what I mean? It's like a finely milled glitter, so they're just beautiful. And the last thing I want to talk about is from Laura Mercier, which is a brand I don't use very often at all, but I started using this, what is it called? The Matte Radiance Baked Powder in Bronze 3. And I started using it as a bronzer. I have it on right now, and it's gorgeous. It just goes on very airbrushed. It's not too warm, but it's warm, but it's not too warm. It's not too orange. It's just the perfect bronze. It's not contour. It's totally a bronze, but like, I don't know, like it just gave me like, it gives me such a pretty bronzed glow. I like it. It doesn't go on patchy. I can just whip it on and it does what it needs to do. So I just wanted to kind of mention that this formula is really good. I just wanted to mention that. I haven't tried a ton of stuff from this brand, from Laura Mercier, but this product, I really like it. So now it's time for the things I didn't like so much. I only have two, so I'll be quick. First thing is actually from Becca, which sucks because I love Becca so much. And that is this Be A Light palette. And the packaging is gorgeous. This is what it looks like inside. So you have 4 powders. You have a brightening powder, a blurring powder, a contour powder, and a blush powder. They have a dark, medium to dark, and a light medium. I probably should have used the medium to dark, but it seemed like it was a little too dark for me. And it wouldn't have been the brightening that it needed to be or the blurring, but then this would have been the right color. This works for me, but this is way too light. You never see it. The brightening works. The blurring really doesn't. I don't know. I wasn't wowed by this. The only thing that really looked good was the blush. and it was like just okay. Becca's such a great brand and they make such great products that this was below expectation for how much I love them and how much I love their products. I just want to quickly touch on this. This is the Wouter from Glossier. This was one of the first products I tried from Glossier, and when I was in the store in LA, I was like, so like, oh, it's pink and just so pretty and girly. And this was a blurring powder. It's supposed to be mattifying and blurring, and when you say a blurring powder, like, I gotta try it. I have to. So I tried this, and you guys know I love Urban Decay Velvetizer. I think it's the only thing that really truly blurs the pores. But I wanted to see if this was going to be as good as that, and it is not. That is not to say it is a bad powder. That is not to say that it doesn't mattify. It does. It's nice. It's a nice powder. But I want something that's going to blur my pores, and if you say you're going to blur my pores and you don't, then you're a fail. So that's how I feel about that. Okay, so that is it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Follow me on social. My handle is @GLAMLATTE. Don't forget about the podcast over on iTunes. All the details are down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.